everywhere. There's the 1335, but we know what goes on in the 1335. It's 1335 minus 1260. It's 75 days of the vial period after tribulation is over. And so that 75 days is written right there. Daniel says it, 1335. Okay, the 1290. Wow, what's that? You can't find anything on that 30-day period. That's because, in my opinion, it's reversed. 1260 minus 1290. The fallen angels hit the earth. Then there's a 30-minute silence in the heaven. Hey, folks, that's all of us and the other 4 churches that martyred during the first half of tribulation. They're called tribulation saints. That's us up there watching as the abomination of desolation begins to take place. That's in my opinion what that 30 minutes is. It's about 30 days. So anyway, I don't want to go on any further in what we talked about the last visit. So now I'm going to go right into chapter 9 now.
Now, Doug, I just want to run this by you. I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to go ahead of where you're at in your teaching. But I'm a little curious about this myself. Praise Jesus Forever has been asking a couple of times. And at the end of tonight's teaching, we're going to take some questions. But I've been curious about this, so I don't want to go too far ahead of ourselves. But where it speaks about the woman clothed with the sun, is that what many are saying that they see that in the constellation? Just wanted your opinion on that. Are we way off on that thinking?
Well, okay, that's a big topic and a big subject. And first of all, there is a teaching out there, and okay, there's a couple of pointers in this, and I'm just going to go about the first one. There is a teaching out there that, and this is primarily from replacement Jew theology, and there's a lot of churches that, by the way, believe in that. It's over 1.5 billion. Now, it doesn't mean that every person in the congregation or the full assembly of these churches believe they are the replacement Jews. But I can tell you there's an awful lot of churches that have it in place at the top of their hierarchy. They don't always talk about it with their congregation, but it's there. And I just suggest people, if they're wondering about their church, look into it. Okay? There's nothing further from the truth. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and that is that Israel, or the woman, is now the church, okay? And we are, the replacement church, the replacement of the Jews, and that is so far from the truth. I'd really rather reserve that for another time, because there are some other things about the moon and the stars that may very well happen in a specific time period. That specific chapter, what is it, 11 or 12? I can't remember. I'd have to pull it up. Remember what I said. This is something that the seventh trumpet angel is bringing to light. He's bringing it up. It's an overlay, okay? What the seventh trumpet angel speaks about through his testimony is an overlay of time. So just keep that in mind when you're reading it, because it especially is an overlay of the trumpet period, but also of time past, all the way back to the birth of Yeshua. So just keep that in mind when you're reading it. Okay. Revelation chapter 9. The fifth. Oh. Am I too early? Somebody help me out here. Did I finish up with chapter 8 with everybody last time? I've got notes on chapter 8, and I may not have completed the trumps. The first four trumpets of Revelation 8.
I'm trying to remember. I think we did cover the first four trumpets.
Yeah, let me just kind of. Yes, we did. We did cover that. We went through Wormwood and all that, so
Right.
we're good to go. Okay, let's go into 9. Okay, in Revelation chapter 9, this is the 5th and 6th trumpet. We're not quite at the 7th trumpet, but this is a woe period. We have a total of 3 woes, and we're going to discuss 2 of those. It's interesting, as we finished up with chapter 8, what these woe, and we remember all the angels are holy, holy, holy to the King, but here we have woe, okay? And I don't know if we're going to finish up with this chapter, because I really wanted to talk about some things that are rather important, and they're going to become important as we go into Revelation further. And that's the different divisions of hell. Okay? There's folks out there. Well, first of all, I want to tell you that there are different names of hell and different compartments in hell in the Bible. Okay? Now, I know the King James Version has condensed them all to just say one word, hell. Well, there are different hells. I'm sorry. There are different compartments in hell. If you go in, and this is why I say, you know, the King James Version, great Bible, okay, fully inspired by Yahweh for its time. But we're going to be growing into, as we progress, I mean, we're actually going to be learning new languages. The people on earth that go into the millennium are going to be learning new languages. All the things of Baal are going away. He's going to take them out of the mouths of everyone. So, you know, we might as well get started with it now. You know, the word Yahweh was replaced over 6,500 times in the Old Testament alone. It was replaced with Lord. Okay? Now, you know, I'm not judgmental. You can call him what you want. You can say Jesus, Lord, and you know, I'm sure he's far above the different names, okay? Even though I don't think he likes it. And, you know, if you want to learn the truth about it, then go out and research it and find the truth. You can read. You don't have to know how to read Hebrew. Okay, if you pull up the Q Bible, you can dig in for yourself and see exactly where Lord was changed from Yahweh. Anyway, we're also talking about hell. Okay, Well, just like there are different hells, I mean, there's different hells, there are also different earths. And I've given you my perspective. I'll basically go through it real quick. Satan has fallen. I mean, there's been a division of light and dark. Go through Genesis and many other verses in the Bible, and you'll see this explained away. You'll start seeing how shadows and things all play into this. But basically, again, my opinion, you don't have to listen to me. There were there were two separate 7 divisions. As soon as there was light, let there be light, there was a period of time where Lucifer fell, and the light took out the darkness. That would be the top layer, the 7th heaven. Now the kingdom has been above that, and it's been coming down into this, my opinion, down into the light. Now then, Satan, he fell when he tempted Eve. He fell on his belly. He fell from the 6th to the 5th. Yeshua conquered him when he died on the cross. He fell from the 5th to the 4th. And every time he falls, light completely covers the top heavens. It's the same thing that's going on now. We've got 4th dimension falling on to the earth. And then after that's complete, we've got the 3rd dimension falling into the abyss. Okay, so anyway, we talked also a little bit about paradise. And if you go back to Lazarus and study about the rich man and Lazarus, I don't remember the exact, it's in Matthew, I don't remember the exact chapter, but you can find it quickly. Just do a quick little search. And you'll see that paradise is separated in compartment. You've got the compartment of the rich man who is spending time in prison, the hell prison, and then you've got Abraham and Lazarus, which are on the nice side. And when you do some digging, you'll probably find, as I have, that this is under the altar of souls as spoken about in Revelation. What is it? Revelation 6 and 7, we have this thing about the saints under the altar of souls, and they're given new robes, white robes, their bodies made clean, and now they're walking up above the underneath crust of the earth, up above, and that's where all dead prior to Yeshua dying on the cross, when he gave up the ghost, that's where they were located. And that's, again, we had a huge resurrection at the time he gave up the ghost, and people walked into Jerusalem. It was seen by hundreds. So, and again, we're going to have this same repeat, in my opinion, because the words say the same thing. You see, there's one of the words that was used when they arose. I think it's agiros. I can't remember, but you can look it up. When the dead arose, it was the actual translation behind it was they arose and appeared publicly. Well, that same thing is also used in 1 Corinthians 15. They appear publicly. Now, strange enough, 1 Thessalonians 4, they appear. It's a different word used. So obviously there's going to be, at the bride, there's going to be a smaller number that's going to appear, in my opinion. And I do believe the dead will appear, just like a repeat in history, just like when Yeshua gave up the ghost.